General John Sedgwick in a Civil War battle in 1864 was making fun of his troops for flinching at shots being fired at them from 1,000 yards away. Why are you dodging like this? They couldn't hit an elephant at this distance. Immediately after saying this, he was sniped and shot right through his face under his left eye, dying on impact. Welcome back to Law and Order. Today we talking about famous people's last words before dying. We got some bangers coming ahead, man. Strap in. Beethoven, in the middle of a thunderstorm, after being sick for a long time, says, "Applaud, friends. The comedy is over." French philosopher Voltaire was urged by a priest to renounce Satan on his deathbed. "This is no time to make new enemies," says Voltaire before passing away. Jack Daniel, the founder of Jack Daniel's whiskey, while suffering from blood poisoning, says, "One last drink, please," before he dies. James French, convicted of 2 counts of first-degree murder, before he hits the electric chair, says, "How's this for your headlines? French fries." He actually said this a few days before, but I had to mention it. His real final last words were, "Everything's already been said." Winston Churchill, Prime Minister of the UK from 1940 to 1945, said, "I'm bored with it all," before falling into a coma and dying at 90 years old. Queen Marie Antoinette, wife of King Louis XVI and last Queen of France before the fall of the monarch, was found guilty of treason during the French Revolution. As she was walking up to the guillotine, she steps on the executioner's foot, saying, "Pardon me, sir, I meant not to do it." A few moments later, the guillotine executioner yaps her head clean smooth off of her body. Frank Sinatra, a famous musician, in the hospital at age 82 after battling many health complications, including a heart attack, listens to his wife Barbara encouraging him to fight while the doctors were working to stabilize him. Sinatra replied with his final words, "I'm losing." Johnny Ace, prominent R&B singer from Memphis, was playing around with a gun at his concert on break in between sets. Someone said, "Be careful with that thing." Ace replies, "It's okay, gun's not loaded, see?" I'm assuming you know what happened next. Be careful playing around with guns. Actually, never play around with guns. Margaret Sanger, birth control activist, sex educator, writer, and nurse. Final words before dying at 86 years old were, "A party, let's have a party." Josephine Baker, singer, dancer, actor, was leaving a party that was held in her honor. She says, "Oh, you young people act like old men. You were no fun." As Benjamin Franklin was laying in bed dying, his daughter was trying to get him to reposition to breathe easier. "A dying man can do nothing easy," he says before passing away. Harriet Tubman, the GOAT, abolitionist, went back to the South many times to free so many slaves. In her dying moments, she says, "Give my love to the churches. Tell the women to stand firm. I go to prepare a place for you." A lot of people think Harriet Tubman's last words were "Swing low, sweet chariot," but she actually said that a few minutes before saying this, her final actual last words. Leonardo da Vinci, a goated scientist, engineer, architect, inventor, painter, sculptor, among many other things, said, "I have offended God and mankind because my work did not reach the quality it should have." For how many things he did and how ahead of his time he was still hard on himself to his very death. I guess that's the same thing that made him so great and produced so many of his works in the first place. Percy Grainger, an Australian composer and pianist, told his wife Ella, "You're the only one I like." Vince Lombardi, legendary football coach who the Super Bowl trophy is named after, was suffering from cancer in 1970. Before dying, he turned to his wife and spoke his last words, "Happy anniversary, I love you." The great Bob Marley, after a long battle with cancer, told his son Stephen, "Money can't buy life." He also told his son Ziggy, "On your way up, take me up. On your way down, don't let me down." That's all I got for y'all today, man. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want a part 2. I can see the videos y'all watching when y'all subscribe, so I don't know. Man, let me know. I'll see y'all here next time. You dig?